To kick off the Saturday stage matches at ESL One Katowice, we began with a clash of the Southeast Asian teams Fnatic and Mineski. Fnatic were still favourites despite a few wobbles earlier in the bracket, but Mineski had been growing in confidence. As the games kicked off, Fnatic showed they had an edge in skill level, and in the third game surprised Mineski with a TA pick for Abed. There was no coming back from a poor early game, and this spelled the end of Mineski, who just couldn't get enough farm on their Medusa. Next up, we had the upper bracket final of Secret versus Gambit. Now, while both teams are obviously highly skilled, if we're honest, Secret are the clear favourites, and we know that they have a wide range of strategies ready to play in any situation. Gambit have been experimental at times over the past few months, and they've taken big wins in some of the smaller events. On this stage, however, Secret were absolutely dominant, totally outplaying the Russian team at every stage of the game. It almost seemed inevitable that Secret would sweep the game 2-0, and it didn't even look difficult. The final game of the day was OG versus Fnatic. This was billed to be a thriller, and we weren't disappointed. Fnatic started game 1 strong and took a huge gold lead in the laning phase. OG are no strangers to playing from behind though, and they rallied behind Seb's Doom to hold back the enemy team. In a game reminiscent of their TI win last year, they held on just long enough to get their Aura strategy online and steal the Game 1 win. For Game 2, OG decided to mix it up. They played a Topson Tidehunter alongside stunning support play from Jerax on Earthshaker this time. They never looked back, dominated the game from start to finish, and after a disappointing start to their season, OG, they bounced back and they're starting to look like the reigning TI champions that they are. OG win 2-0 and will play Gambit later in the lower bracket final for a game that would be practically impossible to call. The final day's games begin soon and you won't want to miss them, but just in case you do, come back here for our roundup for what we're sure will be an amazing final to ESL One Katowice.